This is the book of 2 Timothy 2 and 3 in the NLT. Endure suffering along with me as a good soldier of Hamashiach Yahawashi. Soldiers don't get tied up in the affairs of civilian life, for then they cannot please the officer who enlisted them. First and foremost, before I get started, I want to thank Yahawashi for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. And I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me this truth. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. And salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word, in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. And open pray that this lesson be edifying, comforting, uplifting, encouraging to the elect. So, I got this quote, I quoted it the other day at camp. And, I just, through the spirit, is very fitting, because, as of late, including myself, brothers have been saying they've been, kind of low in the spirit, just, struggling a little bit, to just do what we got to do, and that's the Satan, as Yahawashi told Apostle Peter, Satan have desired to sift thee as wheat, so we know as Esau continues to go down, they're going to be praying to these left-hand, angels, demons, to plague, the minds of the hopeful elect, of the elect, and Lord's will we're of that number, and that's why it's, it's a fight, it's a race, the Lord said, when you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So it's definitely not easy, but Yahawah Yahawashi are still on our side as long as we trust and believe in them, and as one of my favorite scriptures, let's get that, Philippians 4 and 13, and it reads, I can do all things through Hamashiach Yahawashi, which strengtheneth me, right? So everything's possible with the Lord, man. You just have to have faith, and faith is a gift. And if any brother is lacking, that's what prayer and fasting comes in, man. To strengthen us, to keep us rooted, to keep building upon that rock, which is Yahawashi, man. Because it it definitely gets difficult, and I'll just speak for myself. This week for myself has been difficult, man. Just camp, some stuff in the camp, happened or whatever, that we got resolved, and then the very next day a family member passed away. So it's just kind of I guess caught me off guard how it happened. And I was, in a little bit of a rut for a couple of days, and I just wasn't feeling right. My rib talked to me and said, you got to get out of this funk and everything. And I was saying it to myself, and I went to my favorite pond and I did some reading, and just praying to the Lord, man. And then came back, hung out with my son and everything, had dinner, took a shower, and then I just, felt better. And I feel better now, way better now that I'm actually doing the work again, because I wasn't feeling right not doing lessons, man. And that's what it's all about. If you're a prophet, is to feed the sheep, man. As Yahawashi told Apostle Peter, man, if you love me, feed my sheep. So that was another reason why I was so down, because I wasn't on my job, you know. And the water Yahawashi that I feel much better today, and Lord's will, I could do another 2 or 3 lessons after this lesson, you know, just to catch back up, man, you know, because I don't feel right in the spirit, and no brother that's been ordained to be a prophet or a teacher should ever feel right going any length of time without doing lessons, man. You know, especially when our elders and apostles, our examples, are constantly pumping out lessons throughout the whole day, every day. You know, so us younger brothers got to be in that same stead, man, and continue to fight, man. So this is a quote. It says, "When the going gets tough, the tough get going, man." You know, and as I believe it was Elder Amos from the Boston camp, he said, the hardest fight leads to the greatest destination. If I'm not mistaken, how he worded. I have it in one of my notebooks. I had him when he said it, you know, and I wrote it down, and you know, as a quote that he said, and you know, but it's beautiful, you know. So the hardest fight, you know, leads to the greatest destination, you know, and we got to remember that, you know, as the scriptures say. Let's get that. Romans 8:18, and it reads, "For I reckon," Apostle Paul, "for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us," man. You know, so everything that we're going through is temporal, man, and it's all leading to an eternal kingdom. So we just have to continue to hold on, continue to fight. Ecclesiasticus 2:2, "Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble." So we gotta constantly endure, man. There's no room for any of us to slack, man. There really isn't, you know. And all of these are trials of our faith, man. You know, and we have to continue to rise to the occasion, man. You know, when a test comes, it's from Yahawah, man. You know, and the Lord is testing us to see what we're gonna do in certain situations, and we need to continue to push forward and use the tools that Yahawashi have given us to fight. You know, prayer, fasting, you know, and keep on pushing towards the mark, man, towards the goal, towards the finish line. Always enduring. This is Luke 14, and I'll start at 26. And this is a mindset, state of mind that the Lord requires of us, man. Luke 14:26, "If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yeah, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple." So this is a putting off everything for the Lord, man. As Apostle Peter asked, you know, "We have forsaken all, what shall we receive?" And Yahawashi said, "You shall sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel." You know, the Lord said, Yahawashi said, "In my Father's house are many mansions. If it wasn't so, I wouldn't tell you of it." So we have eternal peace waiting for us. We just have to get through, you know, this straight gate, you know, and it's all for the glory of Yahweh by Shai, man. You know, us trusting and standing so stiffly upon these names of Yahawah and Yahawashi, so their names can be magnified in the earth, man. So that's what we're fighting for, an eternal kingdom. And as Apostle Paul said, these sufferings don't compare to the glory that's to come, roughly paraphrasing, man. 27th verse, and it says, and whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. So it's just a part of the walk. We have to bear our own afflictions, man. And the Lord, when he afflicts us, he always puts a way to escape the afflictions, man. And we have to have faith and believe in that. The Lord doesn't put on us more than we can handle. The Lord already knows who we are, you know? So we have to trust the process, man, and have faith in Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi no matter what we go through, that the Lord will make a way and always will make a way, no matter what. For things that are impossible for man are possible with Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi, man, always and forever. 28, for which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it, lest happily after he have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish it. You know, and the point is, we have to count the cost, man. If you start to build a house, you lay the foundation down, but you didn't think it all the way through, and you give up halfway, you just lay the foundation, finish the basement, and you just started to build on the first floor or whatever, and you don't even finish, like everybody's gonna, I mean, it's not about what other people think, but you just left, you started for nothing. It would be, it's how does it go? It would be better that you have not known and not put your hands to the plow than to start working and to take your hand from the plow. And as the scriptures say, no man looking back is fit for the kingdom, man. You know? So we don't want to be in that stead, man. You want to continue to fight, to continue to run, continue to, endure. He that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved, man. And it's easier said than done. But Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi have given us the tools, and brothers, apostles, elders, like-minded brothers, to encourage us to keep going through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi, man. And we have to continue to remember that, man. Because the going's getting tough, but the tough will keep going, man. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to put something on wax. Like I said, I was going through a rough patch, but I'm feeling 1,000 times better now. All praise to Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi, man. Doing the work of the Lord, and speaking the names of the Lord. As Yahawashi said, he would not leave us comfortless, man. And being in his word is truly comforting, and I really hope and pray that this lesson was comforting to any brother that needed to hear it. I hope and pray that the Lord lets whoever needs to hear it, and it helps them in their journey as well. So with that, I want to thank Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi once again for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach me well, taught me this truth. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening, learning, fighting this good fight of faith. Keep fighting, keep striving, keep pushing almost out of this, bitch. And salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom, abab, and kwam yasharallah. Shalom.